this won't get age restricted, right? Yeah, it shouldn't. Alright there guys, and welcome back to the channel. It has been over a month since I last posted on here. And yeah, it's been a bit of time. But yes, I am back now. And I decided to come back with a slightly different type of video. You see, you guys know that I'm pretty much an anime only watcher. The way I consume Japanese animation is through anime and nothing else. No manga and no light novels. However, this video is going to cater to that tiny little percentage of me that has read manga. As today, I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how it took me 2.5 years to read this manga. What manga is that? Well, if you paying close attention to the intro of the video, it's this, Monster Musume. I have a total of 5 volumes that I have read. And you're thinking, wow, it took you 2.5 years to read just 5 volumes of it. That works out at 1 volume every 6 months. But that's not the time frame it took me to read each volume individually. So yeah, this isn't going to be a video reviewing the manga. This is going to be a video just telling you guys the story of how it took me so long just to read these. I have volume 1 here with Mia. Volume 2 with Pappy, I think her name is. Volume 3 with I've forgotten her name, if I'm honest. Volume 4. And finally, Volume 5 with Sue, which, as you can see, is a tad bit different looking to the others, and I'll explain why. So, in order to get this story down, we need to rewind ourselves all the way back to January of 2019. That's right, pretty much 2.5 years ago. So, I was in college, and normally for the course I was doing, we would have a lesson in the afternoon. But we happened to have done a mock exam the same morning. So we were told, my entire course was told that there were no lessons in the afternoon, and that everyone on our course could just go home at dinner time. And I thought, nice one. I'm going home then. And on my way home, I happened to bump into Rowan. And he asks me, am I interested in reading any manga? And I thought, you know what, I haven't read manga before. So yeah, why not give it a go? So he gave me the 5 volumes that I've just shown you, and I took them home. And this is just a little taster. That's just a little taster of what the manga has to offer. Now obviously going into this, I knew that manga is not read the same way regular books are. Because manga is written from right to left, whereas regular books are written left to right. So that's the part I had that part down straight away, but the part I didn't have down was which panels I had to look at in which order. That one was a bit of a tough one. Because sometimes you might have to look at the bottom panel of the second page first and then work your way up. But you'll have worked your way down on each panel from the first page. So the first volume, well, the first two really, these two volumes I read them in 2019, shortly after I got them. This volume I read in 2020, probably in the first lockdown. And these two volumes here, 4 and 5, I read them earlier this month. Although you may have noticed something a little bit different about volume number 5. And how it is written in Japanese right here. So yeah, when Rowan gave me these, for some reason the 5th volume is written fully in Japanese, whereas the first 4 volumes are all written in English. So for volume 5, I didn't really read it, I just looked through it. And volume 5 did something a little bit sneaky. First of all, it has this like laminated cover on it, which none of the other 4 volumes do. They feel like just regular old book material, whereas the cover of this volume is laminated. I'm not sure if all the Japanese versions of these manga have laminated covers, but this one does, compared to the English ones. And even so, yeah, the problem here is I'm trying to find a page to show you where the characters aren't naked. It's a lot harder than you think. There, I'm covering the only nude part that could get this video age restricted with my finger down here. But basically, just showing you that I was showing you that part for a specific reason, because I see that and I'm like, that's interesting. It might be in colour, because if you remember, from volumes I showed you earlier, It's all in black and white. So when I saw a couple of pages in colour, I thought, oh, that's interesting. They actually decided to do this one in colour. But if you flip a few more pages, because there was only 3 pages in colour, but before you know it, boom, you're back to black and white. So yeah, Volume 5 pulling a little bit of a sneaky one on you. To be like, hey look, Volume 5 is in colour. Oh, wait a minute, no it isn't. So yeah, I actually do not remember much about the story of the Monster Musume manga, due to the fact that it took me 2.5 years just to read the damn thing. But if I had to give some opinions on the actual manga itself, I'd say my favourite character is this woman right here. Her name is Smith-san, and her being my favourite character has nothing to do with the fact that she has the same last name as me. I mean, for God's sake, the main character of this show is literally called Darling. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is definitely a harem manga. And I've held off on watching the Monster Musume anime for 2.5 years to read through this. I've made sure not to watch the anime until I've read the 5 manga volumes. Because maybe when I watch the anime, I'll get a better understanding of everything. One of my favourite lines from within the manga is where the characters ask Smith-san something about swimsuits, and all she says is, I don't know, I work for the government. I can't remember the exact conversation they were having, but yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, I'm pretty certain that I'm not going to see this as my favourite harem anime when I finally do watch it, because you're gonna have to pull out something really special if you think you can to beat the quintessential quintuplets. No harem anime even comes close to that for me. Although another thing I like about this manga is actually just the covers. Because look, Mia has red hair. It's a red circle here, and the number 1 is in a red circle. Volume 2 with Pappy she has blue hair, blue circle. The 2 is in a blue circle as well. Volume 3, blonde hair, yellow circle. The number 3 is in yellow. Volume 4, pink hair, pink circle with the number 4 in. And finally, we have Volume 5 with Sue. She has green hair, green circle with the number 5 inside, and green circle here with a bit of yellow writing. So overall, this harem basically gives you a little bit of an idea of what it would look like for a harem if none of the girls were human. A harem of monster girls. I mean, the show is the manga and show are literally called Monster Musume, Everyday Life with Monster Girls. And because it's a harem, you know the idea is they all want to date the main character. But I don't know how many volumes of this manga there actually are. I'm pretty certain there are more than 5, so this is not the end of the manga. But I don't have any more. I feel like the only manga that I would ever really want to read is the quintessential quintuplets. That's like the only manga I think I would actually really enjoy reading, because the first 2/3 of the manga that I'll be reading, I already know what happens because of the first 2 seasons of the anime. But then we have the final third of the manga, which of course concludes the show, concludes the series, which I still have not seen yet. Hopefully that's what the 2022 movie is going to do. Still think they should have made a 3rd season first, and then a movie afterwards. But hey, you can't always have it the way you want it. And I'd say that is all I have for you for my comeback video. Over the past month, I've decided that even though I haven't really had a upload schedule in 2021, I'm definitely not going to have one. Because for the first 3.5 years, from February 2017 to August 2020, my upload schedule was upload gaming videos every single day, which I was. Then in 2018, I scheduled it out a little more to which series I would do on which days. The best example I have, F1 2017 career modes on Mondays and Fridays, the FIFA 18 Man United, Newcastle or Preston career mode on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and my Far Cry 5 Let's Play on Wednesdays, Saturdays and Sundays. And all the way up until my Let's Play of The Last of Us Part 2 last year, I'd stuck to that schedule. Then of course I started making content like this predominantly over anything else. So I switched my upload schedule to 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. And I kept that up from the start of September in 2020 to the middle of December for 2020. So I kept that up for 3.5 months. And then of course I made the Super Noodle Sandwich video, and that video just banged views. So then I spent the first 3 months of this year, 2.5 months of this year, making nothing but vlogs. Of course, there was no upload schedule to them. And ever since I've come back to making anime videos again, back in the middle of March, so for the last 3 months, I also have not really had an upload schedule, but I've been unconsciously putting out a video once every 4 to 5 days. So yeah, I'm not going to have an upload schedule going forward. I'm just going to post whenever I want. So that might mean sometimes you'll have to wait a bit longer for videos, and sometimes you may get videos that come out in quick succession. Well, you might get 2 videos in the space of 4 days. You never know. But yeah, that is my story on how it took me 2.5 years to read the Monster Musume manga. Of course, thank you to Rowan for giving me these 5 volumes, because this video wouldn't have been possible without him. Now, I want you guys to guess in the comments, do you think this video will get age restricted based on what I've shown, based on the panels of the manga I've showed off in this video, just giving you guys a little taster of the manga? It shouldn't, because anything that needs to be censored, I had censored by putting my fingers over it. But you never know. I got a video in episode of my Last of Us Part 2 Let's Play last year, age restricted, which didn't have the Abby and Owen you-know-what scene. It wasn't that episode, which is the episode I thought would get age restricted. It was some other episode. And also, I got the video where I googled coolest, where I made the Googling myself video when I was still coolest, and that video got taken down for inappropriate content when there was nothing inappropriate about the video. Still don't know where that one comes from. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time, catch you later.